Hey you guys, so today I'm going to be running through my favorite products for the VIB sale, VIB Rouge sale that is currently going on at Sephora. It's 20% off. If you guys aren't familiar with the sale, which most of you probably are, every year around this time of the year, Sephora does a 20% off sale for its VIB and VIB Rouge members. I believe the sale ends on the 14th, so we have a few days left. I gathered my favorite products from Sephora, and I'm basically going to chat with you on what I love and why I love it. So if you are still in the process of researching or making your final selections or whatever stage you might be in this shopping quest, hopefully this video will help you make some decisions. So as always, I will have everything linked down below as well as a link for the sale. It's a long video, so grab a glass of wine, a cup of tea, a snack, get in bed, get cozy, because this is going to be a while. Thank you guys for watching, and let's get started. Okay, so the first product is by Tarte. It's this big fat foundation brush. I've been talking about this a lot lately. I absolutely love it. It makes getting ready in the morning so much easier and so much quicker because it's really dense, so it just buffs out the foundation and gives you full coverage, but it's also really big, so it just does it so quickly. I think that's the key seller here. For me, is the size of this brush. It just makes it quick. There are lots of foundation brushes that are very similar in the bristles and density, but this one's huge, so it just makes it go by so much faster. For eyeshadow palettes, I have a lot of shadow palettes, so I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on any of them. But the first one is the Shade and Light Quad palette by Kat Von D. I've had these for a while. When they first launched, I picked two of them up. I picked up Rust, and then I picked up the purple one, which is called Plum. And the quality of these shadows are amazing. I don't own a lot of Kat Von D products, but these shadows are amazing. So I would probably guess that her other shadow palettes are just as nice. I know she has the newer one, the bigger one. I think it's retails for $60, which I really like, but it has a lot of bold colors that I probably wouldn't wear so much. So that's why I haven't purchased that one. But these are amazing, and they're like $26 or $28 retail, so then you get your 20% off on top of that. Of the two, I would probably say I like the Rust better. I use the Rust more. The Plum is beautiful. I just don't grab for it as much, but that's just because I have like 50 shadow palettes. But they're great quality, very creamy, pigmented, blendable. Love them. The next palette is by Makeup Forever, and this I've had for a while and I absolutely love it. I think they still carry this. It's just the Artist palette, and it's the Artist palette 9. They have two of them, but you can't miss it. They have a neutral one, and then they have one with really bold colors. Obviously, this is the neutral. They're all shimmery shades. There is no matte shade in here, so if that's important to you, this might not be the palette for you. Quality of these shadows are gorgeous. The colors are beautiful. They're very, very wearable for all skin tones. I really particularly love these satin taupey kind of colors that they have in here. I call them satin taupey because matte has a color very similar to this called satin taupe, but they're very taupe shades, and then it has a good black. I absolutely love this palette. You can do a lot with it. Again, it just doesn't have a matte shadow, so I want to kind of give that disclaimer there. There's really no transition shade in here, but it's a great quality palette. The next is by Tarte, and it's the Tartelette in Bloom palette. So they have one that is, I believe it's just the Tartelette, and it's all matte shades. This one has a mixture of black, matte, and shimmer. And I really like the colors. I think they're very flattering, very neutral, very beautiful, very feminine, very wearable. You will notice the theme here. All of the palettes that I have are pretty wearable for everybody. The next is a splurge, and I'm only recommending this because it is a splurge, and if you're ever going to buy this, why not get 20% off of it? And I think it's limited. I'm pretty sure it's limited edition. It's by Marc Jacobs, and it is the Object of Desire palette. I just did a tutorial using this palette. I actually have a lot of this on my face right now. I love it. I know there's been mixed reviews about it, but I really love it. I think it's cute. Even though it doesn't have a ton of shadows in this for the $69 price tag, I'll wear all of these, you know, like, yes, a palette may have like 40 shadows, and that's great, and you feel like you're getting a great value, but if you're not going to wear half of them, then what does it matter, right? I will wear all of these. In fact, I have been wearing all of these for the few weeks that I've had this. I just love them. I mean, they look so simple and basic, but just the way that they translate on the skin is so pretty, and the quality is just, I love it. I love this palette. It's by Marc Jacobs, and it's $69. The next eyeshadow, the last two palettes that I have are probably my favorite of all of them. The first one is by Buxom, and it's actually a palette that you custom make yourself. When you go to Sephora, you pick the empty palette, and then I believe you can fill all of this for $40. So I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure the 20% would apply to this as well, but the quality of these shadows are great. I stumbled upon this a while back. I actually did a video on this, and I will link that down below. But the quality of these shadows are great. I have a mixture of matte and shimmer here, a very warm palette here, but you can't really go wrong. These shadows are, like I said, great quality. The price is really great too. You get, I guess it's 6 shadows for 40 bucks. So if you have not tried these, I encourage you to give them a try. I think you will not be disappointed. Okay, and the last palette, excuse me guys, the last palette is actually 2 palettes, but it's the same palette, just different shades. It's by Natasha Denona. Natasha Denona is a kind of an, I don't know if she's really an indie brand makeup company anymore, because she has gotten a lot of recognition and she's blown up this last year. But she's a makeup artist. She just recently started carrying her line in Sephora. I've had these palettes for a while. I got them off of her website a while back. I actually bought 4 of them, and these are my favorite. And I did do a video using and talking about these palettes, so I will link that down below for you as well. But these shadows are pretty amazing. I can't remember when I first got them. I remember getting them and being impressed by them, but there was so much hype on them at the time that I think in that video I was like, they're good, but I think these shadows are just as good, blah, blah, blah. They're really good. These shadows are really good. I have since fallen really in love with these, and I think that they are definitely up there in the top eyeshadows that I have ever tried before. These are a little pricey too. I believe these palettes are like $50, and then she has like a $240 palette, which I won't buy. But then she just came out with a new palette that Sephora's carrying called like I forget the name of it, but it's like $160 or something like that. I almost bought it on this sale, but I talked myself out of it because I don't need it. But the ones that I love are the 5 shadow palettes. This one is palette 8. I actually have this on my eyes right now. I absolutely love this color here. It's probably my favorite kind of like silvery light shade. And then I have this shade on as well. And then this one is probably the most wearable of the 5 the 5 shadow palettes that she has. It's very, very neutral, very feminine. You know, there's really not a color in here that is like wild or bold or too daring. So I think this would be a good one to start with. And this is the palette 2. So this is the palette 2, and Sephora does carry these palettes on their site. Okay, so moving on, eyeliner. I only have 1 of them. I like a lot of liners, but if I was like really picking my favorite, it would be the Kat Von D tattoo liner, and this was actually purchased as a Christmas gift for someone, so I hope they're not watching this. But yeah, I love this. I have it in black and the brown, and I picked it up in black for my friend. For lips, I have a few lip products. The first one is by Bite Beauty. It's the lipstick in the color Sugarcane. I've been wearing this a lot lately. It is so pigmented. It's pretty creamy, but it's not like, the best way to say it is it's creamy, but the color stain power of this is really great. It's like a mixture between, it's like a really creamy matte in my opinion. It's not glossy and really hydrating to where it like slips off the lips quickly, but it's not really drying on the lips. So to me, it's like a really creamy matte shade, and this color is Sugarcane. It's like the most beautiful, pretty, light, flirty, girly pink. I will give you another shot at it. So if you like lighter nude lips, but you want to have a little bit of color, this is a great one. I also like to wear it underneath gloss, and it just gives my lips like a fullness without looking too muted or too pale. The next is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I actually have it on right now. It is her lip glosses, and I have them in 3 shades. I have them in Peony, which is what I have on now. I have them in Butterscotch, and then I have it in Dainty, which I actually layered Dainty on top of Peony. And they're pretty thick, actually. They're really thick, so I don't know that I would recommend layering them all the time. I put this on, and then an hour or 2 passed, and then I just put this on top of it. They smell so good though. I think that's one of the things I love the most about these glosses is this way that they smell. Super pigmented, very thick, have a shine, but they don't give you like a wet, super glossy lip. But they do have a shine. So they are very different though than the next gloss that I'm going to talk about, which is by Marc Jacobs, and it's Marc Jacobs Enamored High Shine Lip Glosses. These are very different than those. These are super sheer, okay? So these have like a tint of color, super glossy, give your lips a very, very, very wet looking look to them. Let's see. So these are really great to wear on top of lipstick or even the Anastasia Beverly Hills, you're gonna feel that on your lip because they're both thick products. But this just gives your lips that really wet, high shine look without a lot of color. So I love them both equally, but they're very different. So it depends on what you are looking for when deciding, you know, if you want to go with one of these lip glosses. Remember, the Marc Jacobs is super sheer. They both smell really good though. The Marc Jacobs has like a pepperminty, it smells pepperminty smell, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills smells to me like butterscotch or some type of dessert. Very good. The last lip product is by Buxom, and it is, what is the name of this? It's Full On Lipstick. It's basically, in my description of this, is a lip crayon. More than anything, I love the color of this product, more so than the texture of it. It's like I wouldn't say it's a cream, okay, I'm gonna call it a creamy lip crayon, but it's not like thick and creamy, it's just not drying. So I don't want you to think it's like a drying matte lip crayon, it's not. It's like a thin, creamy lip crayon. But I love the color of this. This is the color Las Vegas, and it's just a really pretty, cool tone pink. And I like that it is in this packaging and this like dispenser because it kind of skips this need for a lip liner. When it comes to lips, I don't really use lip liners a lot. I really don't. I'll use like I'll use this either by itself, or I'll use this as my lip liner and put a lip gloss on top of it. I just have such little lips. If I use a really fine lip liner, most of the time, to me, it makes my lips look smaller. So I like to use like either just gloss or lipstick, or like products like this to kind of outline my lips. Or maybe I'm just lazy and that's my way to justify not using a lip liner. I don't know, but this tends to work for me well. I love the color. It's called Las Vegas. Okay, so moving on to skin, I have 6 foundations here, so I'm gonna go through these very fast. You guys have all heard me talk about these foundations at some point because I have talked about them or used them in videos. And actually a couple of these foundations, I think that when I did reviews on them way back when, I don't know that I loved them back then, but I have been loving them lately, and I'm gonna tell you why, okay? So the first one I'm gonna start with there's never been a doubt before. This has always been a love of mine. It is the Lancome Stick Foundation. I love this foundation. I'll link videos down below where I've talked about this foundation. This is a really great everyday foundation. What can I say about it? Super lightweight, great coverage. You don't need a lot, blends out like that, takes 2 seconds, lasts all day. That's pretty much the best way to sum up this foundation. To me, it has a velvety matte finish, so it doesn't look like you've powdered the skin, but there's really no dewiness or glow going on, which is perfect for me and perfect for every day in my opinion, because it doesn't require a lot of maintenance, a lot of touching up, a lot of making sure that it's not running down your face. You don't have to worry about it. It's just like put it on and go. And that's what I love about this foundation. The next foundation, totally opposite. It is by Armani. It's the Luminous Silk Foundation. This is an oldie but a goodie. It's been around for a long time. It's just beautiful. This will make your skin look beautiful and perfect, not overly glowy at all, just nice and healthy and supple and glowing. It's just beautiful. When I wear this and I go out and I take a photograph, I notice in my picture that my skin looks amazing. It's one of those foundations. So I don't wear this every single day. This is to me more of like a special occasion, or just when I'm going out and I want to look a little bit better than normal. Beautiful foundation, and it's a high price point. I forget how much it is. I want to say it's like $64. So at 20% off, that's 12 bucks off. So why not get it during the sale? The next foundation is very similar to the Armani Silk. It's by Josie Maran, and it's the Vibrancy Foundation. This is a newer foundation. I think it came out sometime this year. It makes your skin look beautiful. I did a review on this foundation, which I will link down below. And I remember taking photographs the day as I was testing it out. And I remember thinking, oh, my skin looks really good in this photograph. I mean, I don't like to brag, but I'm just saying. So this foundation is beautiful. And it actually wore for me better than I expected it to. Being a dewy, glowy, argan oil foundation, I thought, okay, this is going to be a big greasy mess by the end of the day, and it really wasn't. It wore pretty well. It was very impressive with its wearability. I wouldn't like promote this as like a long wearing foundation, but it is. You know what I mean? I don't know why I wouldn't promote it that way. I think it's just because it's not marketed that way, but for me, it actually wore pretty darn well. So I would recommend this if you have normal to dry skin and you want glowy but not, you know, disco ball glowy. Okay, the next are all full coverage foundations. The first one is the Remarkable foundation by Marc Jacobs. I'm pretty sure at one point I said I did not like this foundation, so I have the right to change my mind, you guys, and I'm sorry if that's not cool with you, but I'm just being honest. When this came out, there was a lot of hype around it. I did a review on it. I'll link it down below. Again, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that I thought it was too heavy looking. So the trick with this foundation is it has like double the pigment that normal foundations do. So if you apply the amount of foundation that you normally would with most foundations, the same with this, you're gonna hate it, which is what happened with me the first time. I thought it was really heavy, very cakey, it changed colors, I didn't like it. Then I learned that it has a lot of pigment and you're really not supposed to use a lot, and I learned how to use it better, and I liked it, but I still thought it was pretty heavy. I'm loving this lately. It is full coverage, and maybe it's because lately I feel like I need full coverage, I'm not sure, but I really like it. So on the days that I want really full coverage that's gonna stay on my face and stay in place all day long, I'll go with this. Not something I really wear day to day, or if I'm gonna be outside a lot, but if I just need to have my makeup looking good all day and I don't have time to check it, this is one that I'll go for. And I am the shade Bisque Neutral. The next one, same thing, pretty much the same description of that is in the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Concealer and Foundation. I actually have this on right now. I've been wearing this a lot lately. And I'm pretty sure I said the same thing about this when this came out. Too heavy, too cakey. It is heavy, you guys. It is heavy. If you put too much on it, halfway through the day, you will look in the mirror and you will feel like you have too much foundation on. So you just have to learn how to work with it. The only thing I don't like about this foundation, it's kind of a big deal. I don't like the applicator of it. It comes in like this doe foot wand, and when you put it on, I don't know. I just don't like it. I feel like the first time I used this, I felt like I was out of it. You know what I mean? It felt like it was empty because just the way that you apply it. I'm not a fan of that, but I am a fan of its coverage and its wearability, and it really does double up as a concealer. You don't really need to use a concealer when you use this. The last foundation is one that I've always loved from the beginning. It's the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation. This is a beautiful full coverage foundation. Very different than the Lancome that I talked about. This is heavier, and it does feel heavier, and even feels a little, not a little, it does feel stickier than the Lancome, because the Lancome is ultra lightweight. This, when you put it on, it does feel sticky. It's very pretty though. It just makes the skin look beautiful. Great coverage. It does require setting it with a powder, and it does require kind of touching up throughout the day, but it's absolutely beautiful. It would be great to have in your kit if you're a professional makeup artist. It's great for contouring. It's a really pretty foundation. Last foundation product, and I actually just picked up my refill, so I haven't even opened the box yet, but it's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC SPF cream. They just started carrying this in Sephora, which is exciting. I've been using this for a while. This is actually my second tube. My favorite product to wear on my days off, and I don't even know why I don't wear this during the work week, because it does give coverage like a foundation. It does make my skin look just like I have a beautiful foundation on. But I think because it's labeled CC cream, I just assume that it's light coverage and natural. It does look natural, but it's actually a full coverage cream. So there's really no, yes, I mean, this baby gives good coverage. SPF 50, which is great for me because on my days off, I'm usually running outside, like literally running outside, and I need that coverage. But this is beautiful, 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 beautiful CC cream. I absolutely love it. I'm the shade medium. It doesn't come in a lot of different shades, so it's pretty flexible on, you know, there's not like one exact shade. Like several skin tones can kind of wear the same shade because it's very flexible and very forgiving. Okay, so we still have a lot of products to cover, so I feel like I'm talking really fast, but I feel like I need to talk faster. Brows. I only have 2 products for brows. You guys probably can already guess. I'm going to talk about the Brow Definer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm the shade medium brown, and I also use taupe. I absolutely love this. This is a newer product in her line. To me, it's a mix between a brow, like her brow wiz and a brow wax and an eyeshadow. It gives me the definition that I need from like a shadow and a pencil, but it has a little bit of a waxy feel to it, so it really helps, in my opinion, keep my brows tamed and in place. I love it. It's quick and it's easy, and I love it. That's all I can say about that. For brow gel, the Anastasia Beverly Clear Brow Gel. If you like a clear clear brow gel. This one's great. It's like hairspray for your brows is the best way to describe it, I think. Just be careful not to put too much because when it dries, it does dry and it hardens, but I love this one. I also love the Gimme Brow, the one that has a tint to it. I think it comes in 2 shades, like 1 and 2. I think I'm 1. That's really great if you like to give your brows a little color and a little more volume. I didn't bring that upstairs, but I really, really love that brow gel if you like one that has color. Face products. Okay, moving right along. My nose is like so tickly. Face products. I have a few face products. Setting powders. Hands down, Laura Mercier, you got this one, girl. Loose setting powder, translucent powder by Laura Mercier is my favorite powder to set. I'm looking in the mirror and I feel like I need to set myself right now. So let's just do that. I feel really shiny. I think it's because I put a highlighter on and I never really wear highlighters much. Okay. This is a really great setting powder. You can use it underneath the eyes and the face, so it really doubles. I also like her Secret Brightening Powder. I didn't bring it up here because I feel like you don't need both. You can use this one under the eyes as well. And the Secret Brightening, I guess you could as well, but it comes in a little container. So if you're gonna get one over the other, I would do the big translucent guy. Really like it. This product gets a lot of recognition throughout the beauty community, and there's a reason why. Bronzers. Hourglass Ambient Bronzer in Bronze Light is my favorite bronzer of all time. I was surprised by this bronzer. In camera, it looks really dark, but in person, there's a lot of like this light pink veining going through it, so I didn't think it was going to have that much color. I was actually worried it was going to be too light, but this guy gives a lot of color. I really, really love this bronzer. I don't know what else to say about it, but I love this bronzer. It's great. I love it. Highlighters. Hourglass Incandescent Light in Strobe Light. I really love. I have it on my face now. I don't wear a lot of highlight usually just because I am like always paranoid that I look like a greasy, sweaty mess, and I feel like highlight can sometimes add to that, even though it's really pretty and I see it on other people and it looks beautiful. But what I love about this one is it's very subtle, and to me it really does look like there is a light shining on your face and the light is just highlighting naturally the areas of your face where you're putting this. Some highlights are too glittery and too metallic and too much, in my opinion. This one is beautiful and it's very natural looking and it's very, very light and sheer, and that's what I love about it. It comes on other shades, which I'm sure are equally as beautiful. I happened to buy this one and I love it. Okay, moving on. Foundation powder. I have been using this for a few weeks. I talked about it recently in a haul video. It's the IT Cosmetics CC Airbrush Perfecting Powder with SPF of 50. So this is like technically a foundation powder. It comes with a sponge. You can apply it that way to get full coverage. I just use a brush to apply this and I still get great coverage. I will use this sometimes to set foundations very lightly if I want a little extra coverage in places, but really I use this on the days that I have like no time to do my makeup and I want something on my skin to even it out, but I don't really have like any time, and I'll grab this. This is a really great product and I love that it has an SPF of 50. You guys, if something has an SPF of 40 or above, I'm instantly interested in that product. So I mean, we all have to protect our skin. We do. It's not only the health, our health, and protecting ourselves from, you know, potential of skin cancer, but it's also vanity. I mean, that's what the sun is, what it will age you. I mean, you know, sun damage is a big contributor to signs of aging, and so I just want to keep my skin looking young and youthful as long as I can. Last powder product, and then we're gonna wrap it up with skincare, is by Marc Jacobs. It's their highlight and contour palette. This is in the shade 40 Mirage, I think is what it's called, 40 Mirage Filter. I love this highlight and contour palette. I've had it for a while. I use it on myself. I bring this in my kit whenever I do bridal makeup. That yellow shade looks really pretty underneath the eyes, and this contour shade is just the perfect contour shade in my opinion for most of us. It's super, like, to me, it minimizes the appearance of my pores. When I put that highlight powder in the center of my face, I feel like it just makes my skin look smoother. So I really, really love that. And Marc Jacobs, and since it's Marc Jacobs, it's a higher price point, so why not save 20% during the sale? Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up with skincare products. I really only have 2 to talk about. The first one is actually 4 products, but it comes in 1 product. Where's the little case that I have? Where are you, case? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, this is a recent purchase. I got this at the customer appreciation sale. Oh, yeah, guys, I cut my hair. You probably saw that, but I cut my hair. It's a lot shorter. I got this at the customer appreciation sale a couple weeks ago. It's a Tatcha gift set. It comes with 4 products. This is the best sellers set. So I had been using the cleansing oil for a while and loved it, and I actually purchased a full size of that when I was there, and then I saw this and I decided to pick it up. I think it was $59. But in it you get the cleansing oil, which I love. It's a great, great, great makeup remover and cleanser. I use this every single night. You also get a classic rice enzyme powder, which is really great. It's basically like an exfoliator. So it comes in this little container. You lift the top here. You pour this into your hand, a wet hand. I use this in the shower, usually in the mornings. And when my hands are wet, I'll just like kind of lather it up and I'll use that to scrub my face, and it gently, gently exfoliates your skin. It's very, very mild. And then it comes with a moisture-rich silk cream. You get a size about this size, which I've really been enjoying. It's not as thick as I like. I really like a thicker moisturizer. But it's good just before makeup. It's good before makeup. It's just not a thick hydrating cream. I like to layer something thick and heavy on at night. So I use Rodan & Field's night cream for that. I don't see that this has an SPF though, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Actually, I am sure how I feel. I don't really like that it doesn't have an SPF. It doesn't say it has an SPF. Maybe it does, but I would think that they would market that because you need to. And then the next thing it comes with is the Dewy Skin Mist, which I think kind of put Tatcha on the map. This is basically just a dewy skin mist. So it's a setting powder that leaves the skin dewy. I use this at night because, again, I don't like to look really dewy during the day, but it's very lightweight and it smells amazing. Okay, moving on to the last skincare product that I still have to get. Actually, this is a product I need to purchase before the sale is over. I got this in a Sephora Play Box and I love it. It's by Glam Glow and it is the Super Mud Clearing Treatment Mask. I love it. I've used this a few times. I think I have like one more use from this little sample here, but if you haven't tried Glam Glow, this was my first time to try it and I really liked it. So I'm gonna go purchase a full size of this. But you just put this on clean skin and you let it sit like 5 to 20 minutes. I think I let mine sit for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then you wash it off. My face felt super clean after that. And it kind of had like a tight feeling to it, which I really liked actually, because it just felt really clean and squeaky clean. I felt like my pores looked smaller and my skin looked a little brighter. Obviously, you got to continue to use products like that to maintain results like that. It's not like a miracle treatment where you're going to use it once and voila, you look 20 years younger forever. But I did like the way that this made my skin look and feel. So I'm definitely going to pick up one of those before the sale is over. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helps you when you are finalizing your cart and making your final selections at Sephora. I will have links for everything down below as well as a link to the sale. Leave your questions in the comment section below if you have a question specifically over any of these products that I didn't really cover in this video. I'm happy to help answer them. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through this really long video. I'm pretty sure this is going to be like 25 minutes or more. So I appreciate your patience with me. You guys have a great weekend and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.